What up, guys? It's me, Brandon from Gswaps. So I basically got a little bit of time here to finish working on some projects. After finishing Kyle's transmission, I'm going to go ahead and finish putting mine back together, my t2t4 transmission anyways. So 1 second here, I'm going to switch the screen, and that way y'all can see. Okay, so here is the t2t4 transmission, and it is the LSD F20B manual transmission. I'm actually building this transmission for myself for a certain car that I've got that I haven't exposed yet, but I plan on showing everybody in another video. Kind of a little secret car I've been working on. I mean, I'll tell you what it is. It's an EM1 Civic Si, right off the bat. But the way it's been done, the way I've been working on it, and it's almost there. A few more things, and need to get an engine in it and run some fuel lines and finish the brake lines I started on it, and then we'll go from there. Those will all be future videos of me working on that car once I start that video for y'all. So I'm waiting for it to get warmer outside because the car is outside. It's ridiculously cold right now. So anyways, basically I want to start with this transmission. The first thing I want to do is clean up the surfaces that I'm going to end up putting glue on. I need to get my bearing for here, and it's in the old case. I need to take it from the old case and put it into the new case, which this is the one that Kyle was power washing, that I took off of the LSD transmission about last week sometime. So that one LSD transmission that I got from Dominic that had a hole in the counter shaft spot for the bearing, I'm changing that out to this one. So that way, and well, actually I'm using, this is the outer case off that one. I'm putting that one onto this one, so I can repair this one, and this will be a good unit for whenever I need to run the car. So I have a good transmission for the car, and I probably will build that other one too as well, because I do have another case and some parts laying around that I could probably do that with. But well, yeah, that's those parts. It came with the OBX LSD. Everything looked like it'd been in a diesel shop, so it's extremely covered in dark, but that doesn't mean it's bad. So I'm going to use that stuff in another transmission that I'll probably build later. But this one today, we're going to finish the t2t4 transmission, and I'll just take a razor blade and I'm going to get rid of any of this excess glue here. So I like doing videos on what I'm working on, you know, because then I can go back and look at it if I forget something, or if I forget that I did that too. That'd be cool. And I don't mind sharing it with y'all, because I feel like maybe you guys could learn a little bit from it, and I don't mind teaching people. I like helping people learn, and the more that they can do from learning from that, it's just amazing. Like I've had a few different people that I've worked with in the past and taught them all kinds of stuff, and what they're doing today, it just blows my mind. So anyways, so we'll start off, we'll just get all the glue and adhesive. If I had a wire brush laying around here, I probably do. I just need to find it. I am in my basement, so who knows what's down here. I need to need to actually clean this sucker and organize everything, which I plan on doing. It's on the list of doing this year. Getting rid of a lot of stuff that I don't need anymore. You know, stuff that other people could use that I've just been holding on to. I feel like I might use it someday. Well, somebody else can use it, so that's fine. Yeah, so clean off all the stuff. And get this unit done, and we'll move on to other projects. My Civic, my 4-door Civic, it has a H22 Euro R engine in it and transmission, but the transmission is basically it's grinding in second. I actually just spent a bunch of work and time putting into it, and the problem was I didn't look at that transmission. I didn't take it apart, so I just went ahead and put it in there thinking it was a good unit, and it's not. But I went ahead and rebuilt another Euro R transmission, because I've had 2 of these over the years, and it's good to go, sitting right there. I do plan on putting that in my 4-door Civic EM1, or not EM1, but it's a 4-door 97 Civic. So Kind of reminds me of a Furo car, which is like a four-door JDM car from Japan. Basically the same year, and we actually have I have the same bumper too. I have a couple different bumpers for the 97 four-door. I have a buddy, like it's a backyard BYS one, and I have this that one. But anyways, so once you get all that off, clean it off from any oil and stuff, residue. This transmission, I already went through and looked at the synchro springs the best that I could. I didn't want to take it apart because this one looks good. Like, I can tell just from looking at the springs how far I need to go into a transmission to continue working on it. I mean, if it's completely trashed, I'll get in there and make a repair. I mean, if it needs to be replaced, I'll make a repair. But so far, this one looks beautiful. I'll go ahead and look over it one more time, just to be 100% before I start putting it together. But first gear, we've talked about the spring right here. There's the synchro, then there's the spring. The spring needs to be rounded, and you need to see little houses here. So as long as you see little houses, you're good. And let's put it in second here. Got little houses, the spring looks good, the little houses there, everything looks beautiful. There's no reason to take that apart. There. Let's see fifth. Fifth looks good. Fifth is kind of the one that's pain in the butt to move around. Just because it's at the top of the shaft, but I want to get it enough so I can see. Oh, fifth in reverse. So this is fifth. Just focus, there you go. All right, springs look good, got little houses. Reverse, same thing. Third, or this is fourth. Fourth looks good, little houses. Get in, look at where I can look at third here. Okay. Third looks great. Sorry it's a little blurry, but it is there. And I got little houses and little on it. It looks beautiful. I think this transmission is going to be just fine. Plus, there's barely any metal in the magnet, which I will clean that out too. That's just normal wear and tear from it. Probably getting started up. Maybe the guy didn't shift it right or something once or twice, you know. But that's normal stuff, so I'm not worried about that. If it was had a big old chunks in it like the last one we went through, like the LSD one, that'd be a different story. So this transmission's a good unit, and I'm gonna go ahead and pause for a second, and I'm gonna go ahead and silicone this up all the way around because I don't want to get it on my phone and stuff like that. So I'm gonna pause that, and I will go ahead and do that, and we'll get ready to put the case back on. And I'll probably have to set the phone down and put the case on too. But at least we'll see how far we're getting into it. At least I'm making progress. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. All right, guys. So actually I haven't put the glue on yet, but I did want to inspect something here. So I went ahead and I took this piece here off, and I noticed that it looks like crap. There's total metal down in there and all kinds of stuff. So what I did is I pulled the one out of this one. This is the part that holds everything together. It also transfers oil to the inside of the counter shaft. Or is that? Yeah, that's the input shaft actually. So it transfers oil to the input shaft. So I want that to be clean. Here's the new one right here. I went ahead and wiped it out and I cleaned it. Also, another thing I found was not very good. I went ahead and gave it a wipe here, but there was a bunch of metal. You can see the flake right there down underneath this piece. So it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, so underneath right there in that little area where the bearing rests, there's a bunch of metal there. So it's always good to inspect your parts, even though you power washed them. All we did was power wash this. We didn't do a full-blown inspection on it. I figured like that would pretty much be good. Well, always inspect your parts before you put them on. So another thing I got to do is I got to clean all the silicone off of here, and then I can finally glue the case and put it on. But now I should be ready to go. All right, well, give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning stuff up, and we'll be ready to put the case on here in a minute. Actually, something we can do right now, before we do that, we're going to install the, this is like the oil tube. So it transfers oil down. It basically sits down in there like that, and there's two little posts that it just rests on. All right, okay? And then you take your round piece, and you're going to drop that at the bottom. So it just sets at the bottom, it just sets on top of it. Kind of holds that in place. It's hard to do this one-handed, guys. Okay, you get that down in there, perfect. Right, line that up. This piece will set on top. This thing will sit right. Well, alright. I need both my hands, so I will be back. Alright, we're back. So basically you just have to push that down in there. And so it sits flat. And then this piece will set on top of here. This is a actual, like a little funnel that transfers oil inside your input shaft hole right here. So, and just another way to get oil to the transmission. And there's a C-clip, right? It's also a, kind of keeps the, it's a, what are they called? Well, anyways, it holds everything together, and it also gives it the right tolerance. So you just want to kind of just push her in there, right? And it'll hold the everything together. Make sure that sits, the round part sits center, just like that. Okay. So that's pretty much done there. And now I can go ahead and put glue on this. Well, after I clean this off, I can put glue on that. We'll give it a good wipe. Okay. Alright, so kind of wipe down all the little greasy products and stuff. So let me find my razor and I'll go ahead and do that side as well. Okay, so let's give it a good shave. That's the box of parts to put it together right there. Kind of real close by the transmission. Alright, once it's got a pretty decent, okay shave, you kind of want to get it all the way off if you can. The real thing you want to worry about is oily surfaces. So the drier the rag, the better. So, realistically. I have gasoline, but I don't want to make my house stink like gasoline, so I gotta get my kiddo later, so I'm trying to make that. I'll do it outside, but not here. But, so anyways, once you give it a good wipe down, you're pretty much good after that. I should check the shim, but I pretty much think all these bearings are the same for all these transmissions. So, I think it'll be fine. I don't see any issues there. Kind of give it a good wipe to so looks pretty decent. Alright, well, I guess it is time to go ahead and glue this together. Alright guys, so I went ahead and silicone this all the way around. I want to make sure I put a thick amount so that way whenever I put the other half on, I know it's going to glue the first time. So then you want to give this thing a good wipe, inspect a couple things, make sure you got at least a couple dowel pins in here. I do believe these transmissions do take 4 dowel pins, but this one's got 2, so I wonder if I can take a couple from another transmission. It'll help give the case support, keep it from leaking in spots. So I got this one here, this other, that's the one that actually came off this one, so it doesn't surprise me. me get my pliers here. Like, I gotta act fast because that glue is drying, so if I can get one out, or a couple out, I need to go ahead and pop them out. So I got top and bottom, and I got this right one here, on here. So, top, bottom, right one. I'm missing this one up here in the front. So, there's my front one right there. Slide her on in, little dowels. Everything looks good here. So, I'm ready to go ahead and drop this on. This is ready to go. I'm going to see if I can, I know I can't do this one-handed, but I almost wonder if I could prop the phone up somehow. I don't have enough stuff to actually do it. Hey, look at that. Okay, so I don't know if that's actually going to hold, guys. So if it falls, I apologize. So I'm going to go ahead and put the case on. This is the one that came off of Dominic's transmission that I got from him. So it's just a M2Y4, I think, I believe, that had a hole in it. Had to clean the case for metal because it had a hole in it. I'm gonna double check stuff before I actually install it. Drop down the gear here. Maybe okay. Sometimes they can be a pain in the butt, but that's not what I'm going for today. Hey, look at that. That feels like that went in. Where's my little hammer here? Oh, the phone fell. Shoot. Okay, so I'm back, guys. Are you there? So I guess the phone fell. But anyways, it looks like it went on pretty well. So let's go ahead and tap her on. I didn't have to do anything special about it. I am at the snap ring spot, so this is actually important spot. So here's your snap ring. You have to press this and expand that. Right there. Okay. It'll kind of be held once it's good, but you have to expand that. Make sure that's expanded. So get that close enough. Get the case all the way down. Man, this was a one shot. Usually this can take some time. I'm glad this went easy on me. So I'm ready for some easy. I'm always working all the time whenever I'm even not working. And if I don't have my kid, I'm working. So I can go and drop in the case nuts for now. Go ahead and clear this table off a little bit to give me space here. So I'm not really using the other table this second. And I do plan on cleaning this whole garage because it's a mess right now. But it gets this way when you work on stuff. So, and then stuff doesn't get done sometimes, so it'll end up sitting there because you don't have nowhere else to put it because it's not finished. So start dropping in these case nuts. A couple of these are longer, so this is a longer one. I'll go ahead and pop it where it goes. This is a shorter one. I'll put it where it goes. And there is another longer one. I believe it goes right here. Okay. Get these all kind of in places here. That way I can go through with the zippy gun and just knock everything out. That has a little spot for it. Well, this one goes there. That plate. Wait, no. It's the other one. This one goes there. And it's very important about those too, because that's like one of the grounding spots on my car's transmission right here. This would be my transmission ground spot. This particular bolt setup right here. So those ones are important. I got this guy. What this does is a spot for you to put a chain when installing the engine. It's just a factory little, here you go, from Honda. So I think that's kind of cool of them. That on there. I got one more. Can't remember. This one goes there or the other one does. One of these two goes there. I'd have to go back and look at my video and see how I took it apart. But I ain't doing all that. Not right now anyways. One more big bolt right here. Okay. Alright, I think I got all of them. Let's go and pop some of these in. Important ones, so like this one. Alright, and we'll get one on the other side. Oh, missing one. Okay. Okay. I believe. It's going together, man. I'm honestly super excited because sometimes this can suck, putting them together. This seems to be working. All right. Got all of them but those top two right now. So go ahead and take those out real quick too. What is that, 14? Is that 13? I need a 14. Here's a 14. Impact. That one. I need a 14 wrench. What's that? 15. Why is there 15 out here? Might be able to get some of it. Okay, all right. Hell yeah. So now the case is pretty much back together. So the snap ring on the bottom side, I need to go ahead and, like, it's pretty much there. A little bump from the anything, it'll pop into place. So that's kind of cool. Right there, that snap ring. I need to go ahead and flip it on its bottom side now so I can do the shift fork and stuff. I'm going to do this with two hands, so I'm going to set this phone down for a second. Pretty heavy, about 87 pounds now. So it's in a gear right now. I don't know which one, but I need to find a screwdriver. It should be somewhere around here. There it is. Shitty screwdriver. Check on stuff here. Okay, that's looks like first, second. Second just went in really easy. First, second. Oh wait. Yeah, first is push. Okay. Now we got third. Fourth. Okay. One of these is reverse and one, I think this is reverse. Yeah, reverse. And no, that's reverse. Yeah, so goes into all gears. That's a plus. Looks like it's in fifth. Okay. Second troubles me some. I guess. just the fork there. Unit spins nice, real nice, like she's meant to do it. See the gears in there moving. So, okay, so she shifts gears. She also spins really well, so that's a plus and a plus. I guess the next thing I'll do is I will go ahead and verify that 100% though by getting my shifter stuff ready. I've got spring and bolt. Okay. I'm going to set the phone down for a second here. Okay. 2 springs and bolts and 2 ball bearings. Go ahead and waste no time and get that ball bearing down in there. That way they don't end up on the floor and lose them. So now I got spring tension, seems good. This transmission didn't grind or anything, you can tell. Go ahead and lock that sucker down. Check the tension, seems good. Grab your tool lightly. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Now it should click into every gear and stay in there. So let's go second. I was worried about that. There it is. Boom. Money. First gear, money. Nice. I like that. This sounds so good. Okay, so boom. I don't have any worries about second gear. That looks like it went well. So get the rest of the stuff ready. I get this sucker on there. Also need to clean this off here. Another spot. Where did I put that razor blade? It's not something I should be losing. I didn't leave it on. Left it on the floor. Can't be leaving it on the floor. So we'll go ahead and get this thing shaved here. Get as much of this off with my hand as possible. I like doing full videos and stuff, but just because I can go back and look at everything and in real time and know what I did and what I need to fix if I made a mistake or something. So this is kind of cool. And it also, I like talking to people too. So if you guys get a chance, message me back. I'll message you right back. Go and clean this off here. Get all that old silicone off. Get the razor blade. Okay, that's done. I'm gonna give it a good wipe. Okay. All right, good wipe. Cool. Now, where is my? Here's my shifter mechanism right here, and there's a cage. I have to assemble these, so this will go, cage will go like so. Bam. Okay. This is the shifter mechanism right there, and it will go yeah, it'll go like so. Okay, like that. Okay. Now, I gotta grab the shift arm, the shift lever, shift arm, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna give it a good wipe, just get all dust off of it. And we're gonna go ahead and line it up too. I like having camera guys here because they get a better view whenever we do this stuff. I don't know why it's not working right. It's correct. That's this cage. Oh, okay. Okay, stay. Usually this isn't this bad. For some reason it's being a pain in the butt. Get it to line up. Guys, alright, I'm going to set the phone down because I need to do this. So, I'll be right back. Alright, I swear, man, you take two hands, you get it right the first time. Okay, so once you get it to slide in there, right, it's good. It's nice and snug. You want to push this all the way through to the other side, like so. And it slides into this part. Now, there's the shift rod in there. The slider mechanism's good. The next thing I need to do is lock in this bolt right here, which is to lock the shifter rod to the shifter mechanism. So shifter rod to the mechanism, or shift lever, whatever you want to call it. It's just the shift thing. So the washer goes on the bolt, and then you slide that in there like so. All right. 1 second here, because I got to line this up, so it's going to be hard to do this one-handed here. Line it up. Okay, I got to come out some. Or move this down some. So you want that hole lined up right there. Slide your bolt in. I like doing full videos too as well. That way you guys can see everything. Alright, so that's in place. Everything's bolted in. This should shift perfectly. And I can go ahead and test the gears too. So there's second, or let's go first. First is push. First spins beautiful. That's the shift lever there. So spins beautiful. Right. Okay. Go to second. Spins beautiful. Pop it neutral. Go to third. Spins beautiful. Right in the fourth. Spins beautiful. Let's go check for fifth in reverse. So fifth. Spins beautiful. Okay, bigger gear is a little tighter there for some reason. Assuming there's reverse, it should go backwards. And it's going backwards. So, alright. Beautiful. The next thing I want to do, so I don't forget about it, and I got it open right now and it's easy to get to. I want to go ahead and tighten this up. But put a dab of silicone on it first. So here we go. Just a little dab right there. So, and once that's for is to seal that so it doesn't leak. Sometimes they can leak there. It's a plug anyways. Honestly, you could probably fill your transmission there, but I wouldn't do it there because there's another vent spot. You can fill it from the top without having to take the bolts off the side. I never thought about doing it right there, but the problem is the little pin in there is lining up your shifter, so you could possibly loosen something up or mess something up. But on that case, you can just undo 4 bolts and add it in right there through the top. Apparently, I mean, I don't see why you couldn't just bolt it back down. But you got to take your shifter. No, you don't even have to remove your shift cables. Actually, just take your intake off. All right, I am almost there, guys. This stuff takes forever. Where's Snap-on and my ratcheting one? Come on. Almost there. And done. Okay. Now, I can go ahead and clean this off too. No? She looks pretty clean. Give it a wipe. Alright. giving it a wipe. Now, go ahead and put silicone on it and put it together. So that was already done, so I'm just going to silicone that spot and glue her up. Try to do this as fast as possible. That way I can get this sucker done. I'm telling you guys, filming at the same time and doing this stuff takes so much longer to do because you have to, you know, get in there, hold the camera. You're limited to one arm most of the time. Like right now, I've only got one hand working on stuff. So, it's kind of twice as hard, I want to say. But I'm going to do it. And eventually I'll buy me a tripod holder for my phone. That's what I need to do. Probably go ahead and put in an order on something like that. And that way I can just set the phone where I want it. And, okay, so this is that vent hole I was talking about. And this is off the t2t4. It is bent up there, but it's not going to hurt anything. I actually usually cut them off sometimes. But you could probably fill your transmission through that hole. So I'm going to still use this though. Can I? Oh no, I got to take out a damn dowel pin. Alright guys, hold on. I got to do some work here with two hands. I got to put the phone up for a second. There's a dowel pin right here I have to pull out. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, anyways, yeah, this one's bent anyways. So I'm going to see if I have another one. I think I do. Somewhere in my huge pile of parts that I need to clean. I think I got one over here. Yeah, I do actually. That one, it looks hella dirty. This one looks usable. It's dirty too. If I don't use this one, there may be one more. The only reason why I wouldn't want to use that one is just, well, it's got dirt in it. I may not want to use it at all. There's this one. Yeah, this one don't have dirt in the hole. So I will use this one. So, the reason why I'm not using this is because this is bent down. And I could bend it back up, but I don't really want to, and then that's bent there. I was going to use it, but I changed my mind on it. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to set the phone down again and wipe this down so I can put this on and it will be all nice and clean. Clean it up, too. You guys don't really need to see all that repetitiveness. But whenever I put this other shift mechanism on there, this is what this does is it makes it go side to side, like if you're going to go into first or fifth area, you know, like it controls the side to side of your transmission. So I'm going to pause the video for a second, clean this up, wipe it down, and then we can install it. Alright guys, here's that new. I figured that's funny to say. But anyways, here's the new part anyways. I just pulled it off the shelf or out of the box, out of the LSD transmission. Hey, I'm using it for parts, so I'm getting some parts of the deal. That bell housing there, go and get that going. Put this bolt on here. Okay, that's good. Drop in a couple bolts here. I believe they're all the same. Why is that so far out? Alright, there's a problem. Alright, in my last little clip I said there's a problem, and I'll show you why. So, this is the one that came with the LSD one. Okay, and it doesn't surprise me. If you look, that's bent right there. And I happen to notice that this spring here, or the little lever spring, when you move them side to side, I just push that down like that. But when you move it side to side, it was over on the other side. So it does like that. So being that that spring is bent, I was looking at this one covered in dirt, and it's nice and straight, both of them. So I'm not going to use the one covered in dirt either, because it's covered in dirt in the hole and everything. I don't want to clean it right now. I'll clean all that stuff later. There's another one on the shelf, and this one looks beautiful on the inside, so I will be using this one. So I'm going to set the phone down one more time to go ahead and kind of clean this thing up, because I just cleaned that other one. Give me a minute or so. Alright guys, so so I got this one clean, wiped off and everything. I'm going to there's a couple little spots here. Touch up on. Just wipe this seal off on this guy. Alright. Now I went ahead and added just a dab more silicone where it needed it. And I'm going to go ahead and drop this new piece on. This new shifter mechanism. This came off another F22 or something I had. But they're all pretty much the same. So, oh, wait. There's another dowel pin I got to take off. So, alright. Drop that out of there. Pull that out of there. Oh, I need to go and put her back on. I will be taking that little thing hanging off there off as well too. So kind of get the pegs lined up there, the dowels, and find out where it wants to be. Give it a little love tappy. Make sure it's all the way flat. Okay. Doing what it's supposed to do. The other one was kicked way out here like that the whole time, so I knew there's something wrong right off the bat. Well, losing stuff. I'll get it later. So, alright, got that done. Go ahead, drop in a couple bolts. There's only 4, so not a whole lot. When I say couple, it just means 2 usually, but we're going with 4. A quad of bolts. Like quad anyways, sounds funny. Usually I wouldn't use an impact on this, but that's all I got right now with me. Alright, there's all 4. Make sure she shifts. Oh man, that feels great. First, second, or no, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Let's go to reverse. Oh, hold on, I gotta get it. It sounded like it went all the way in. There it is. Reverse may be a little tight. Once it's spinning, it'll be a lot easier. So, cool. That's gravy. I am going to take this off here. So, I don't need this guy. I never use him. It just transfers fluid from one side to the other on the stock car. But I don't ever use that. So, we don't need that. And I can clean this spot now. I'm going to hit this with a wire brush before it gets in the car. A little gasoline, spray bottle or a rag or something. But for now, I'm just building them for now, getting them ready to rock and roll. So, anyways, that's pretty much it on this transmission. There are a few other things, small things. But we're pretty much there. I've done these. I got to do reverse bolt on the backside. And then also we need to bop it and put the plug on. Bopping it is basically just hitting it on the ground on like a piece of wood or carpet or something softly, but enough to slide that bearing over. The input shaft bearing. I don't know if I can do it like this. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think it goes like that. It might. I can't see. Holy crap, it went in. Are you serious? I can't see it on the camera. There it is. It's in. I don't have to do shit. Cool. Now I just put the plug in and reverse bolt. So, all right, I'm gonna set this down so I can pull the turn the transmission over. All right. Is it playing? Yeah, just okay. All right, I'm back, guys. So after I get the transmission flipped over, next thing I need to do is find my reverse bolt right here. So we'll go ahead and slide that right there. That is a 14. And the plug. I'll get the plug too. Here's the plug. So the plug goes right here. Look, I cannot believe that closed like that just by bopping it. I mean, usually you have to take the transmission and flip it on its side really hard or whatever, but it's just kind of a pain in the butt. So, hey, so I have a little bit of extra silicone here. I'm actually going to use that on this. So, that way it'll seal those threads up in case they were to possibly leak, which I doubt it. All right. Let me wipe this off my hands. It's my impact. Okay, the 14. All right, there's the 14 on there. Go ahead and take care of reverse, nice and slow. Done. And I need to clean this table off sometime. I need to clean this entire garage. It's coming, y'all. Just I got lots of projects, so we're gonna thread the plug in and go ahead and just tighten her in. I wonder. No, I'm gonna keep doing it this way. I'm almost done anyways. I was gonna take that ratchet there because it's got a square head and put the battery on it and just do it that way. You know what? For future ones, that may be the way. Get the plug in. Let's give it a good snug. Okay, she's good. All right, this transmission's done. So that's cool. So this transmission's done and it's ready to be put in the car once the silicone dries, and this will go into my Civic, which y'all haven't seen yet, but you're gonna soon. It's coming, I know. Once it warms up out there, I'll get to working on it. I just don't want to show it yet until I can do a full video on it. So this is all ready to rock and roll. This will go in my Civic. It's my EM1 Civic SI, and it's going to get a t2t4 LSD manual transmission. I could have went with the Euro R transmission. It's shorter gear ratios, but that's going to go in my 4-door Civic, just because it has a Euro R in it anyways, and I want to keep it all original. But I have 2 Euro R transmissions, a t2t4, an M2B4, multiple different M2Y4 transmissions, M2S4, stuff like that, all kinds of them. So anyways, this one's done. Next thing I need to do is just clean it up, and get it looking pretty for the car or whatever. But as for now, I'm complete with this transmission. I'm done. I don't have to do any work to it right now internally, and I can go ahead and move on to another project. Maybe get this one going. So this one needs a case and parts to be put back together. So case and parts for those two. So that'll be going for that guy. And then after that, the only thing I got left after that is to get it started on this engine. And I can tell you why I haven't done anything to it yet, just because it is bored over. I do have the pistons for it. I do have X-beam rods for it. I've got Tom June's old Aries pistons. They're used, but they were in good condition. Plus, they were out of his RSX, so I wanted to use those. Just because they were the smallest bore size as well that I had on the shelf. So, the next time I'll end up overboring to a different size, which I have all the way up to 89. So I want to do that first, and then as far as this one goes, the reason why I'm holding back on putting it together, so I want to have somebody install fire rings in it. I need to find a shop that can cut those in at a decent price. I can bring it to you, drop it off locally, and then after that gets done, I want to finish it. It'll be ready to rock and roll. This is an F20B, which is going to be a G23 F20B, because it's using G23 parts, internals, rod and crank ratio, and I've had the cylinder bored over to 86.5, and that's because I have a brand new set of Gswaps pistons for that, 86.5 with rings and all, ready to rock and roll. So that'll be another F20B engine. I'm probably going to epoxy it too, because it needs, if I'm going to end up running boost on it, and this will be a stroker boost setup, so it won't have a whole lot of RPM, but it'll have a whole lot of low end power, the G23 low end. So that'll be good for that one. This one here is another H22 closed deck that I have. It's cleaned, ready to go, except for I want to send it to the machine shop to have sleeves put on it, like the liner sleeves. And then this engine will be ready to rock and roll, as far as like it'll be a good boosted engine. I also have 2 more of these bottom ends, these blocks, that I plan on doing the same setup with it. So that would be like basically what Shane from Boosted Boys is running, the 50mm crank H22 style. And you never know, I might sell one of them too. You guys already heard about this one. This is for my Integra. It's the DA91 Integra, which I've had a G23 in the past. I've had multiple B16s and B18s in the past, and now I finally went with the G series, H series stuff, just because I found it easier to find parts for, like when it comes to like bottom ends and stuff like that, because I tear the shit out of stuff. But it used to be a turbo car at one time, and it's not now. I did have some turbo parts for it, but they got stolen from me. Either way, I mean, whatever, it is what it is on that. They're gone. So I do have, this is the ITB setup for the car now. Basically, it'll be a G22. This is a 2.2 liter F22 block with F20B pistons, and I have aftermarket rods for it, plus balance shaft elite. All these are basically the same setup, just different rod and crank ratios, but of the same variation engines. Except for this is a F block, and those 2 are H. Those 3 variants are variants of H series ones. So, that being said, anyways, I'm going to quit rambling, and I'm going to get on with my day. This transmission's done. T2t4 transmission. I can't wait to get it in the car. Now I have 2 good units right here. I also have a B series SMXB transmission, 5-speed all-wheel drive, that I may possibly sell if somebody would be interested in buying it. $1,000, first person comes and get it, and I don't know anything about the internals. I have not opened it up, but if you want it, $1,000. So I plan on going with a few H22 crew for my setup, and it's a B series anyways. I don't want to do H to B. I don't want to cut the engines anymore. So I mean, I'll have my cut engines that are specifically designed for H to B, but I don't want to cut any more unless like it's an F22 or 23, something that's not really expensive. I don't want to cut any F20Bs. Unfortunately, I did one there, but the back of the block is cut and shaved for H to B. But with that being said, whatever, it is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off for now. You guys have a great day. This is Brandon from Gswaps. Sorry for my super long video, but hey, we're making progress. We got this transmission put back together. I need to clean it, but we can go ahead and know that this is a good running operating unit that I can put in the car. So it can go in the car, and this could be ready to for racing whenever I get the engine put together now. So that's good. And another reason why I chose this too, the gear ratios of the T2T4 are basically like normal H22 Type S gear ratios. They're basically like, but it has LSD, and most of those don't have LSD, but this one does. So this one has decent gear ratios for medium long to long gears, but they're still short because they're H22, so they're shorter than F22 or F23 transmission. Those ones have longer gears, these have shorter gears, but these ones have ridiculously shorter gears. So the Euro R has the shortest gears out of all the transmissions. So the Euro R would go in a manual, in a all motor car. So if it's not a B series is way shorter than that though. But so the T2T4 is In my opinion, it was designed as the Accord SIRT. It literally has a T in the name, so to me it sounds like if you threw a turbo on the Accord F20B, it'd be the perfect setup for a boosted Honda Accord from Japan. But another reason too, the block has iron sleeves right out the box, but they do rev higher. The F20Bs do rev higher because they have a shorter stroke. So basically, I don't know. I feel like that's what that was set up for. But T2T4 and an F20 with bone stock F20B, the way it's set up, because this is that F20B manual transmission, if you just threw a turbo on it, you'd be doing pretty good, because it's pretty much the perfect setup for turbo. Even though these aren't ridiculously long gears, these are still mildly short gears. But that would be comparative to like a Type R gear ratio, and this, we could compare this to like a GSR gear ratio when it comes to H22. And then you have F22 and F23, which are, you know, obviously LS styles. They don't have as much. I don't even think they have double synchros, which all H22s have from the factory. They all use GSR synchro setups too, like the sleeves, the sliders, everything but the gear ratios. And I'm honestly not certain, but I want to try to see if I can even swap over some B series gears to a H22. I haven't done it yet, but that'd be super cool if it works. Anyways, maybe future project for the future to kind of check out. But here is my T2T4, and I'm done, guys. Have a great day. Gswaps, Brandon, I'm out.